What is up, awesome peeps? Brent McCluskey here with Electrified Reviews, and today we are going over the Saigo SUB step-through electric bike. Alright guys, so again, this is the Saigo SUB. This just ended an Indiegogo campaign. It was pretty successful, and now they are coming to market. It's a pretty cool step-through bike, and right off the bat, just something I want to point out, which is really cool, is the frame itself. It's a pretty interesting frame. It's a step-through, which is generally not as stable or sturdy as a traditional triangle frame, but look at those extra gussets right there. That whole extra, like, I guess you would call it the down tube, just makes this thing really sturdy. And I think the philosophy of use for this bike is not just, you know, for an urban setting, but actually for some off-road use. So lots to cover here, so let's go ahead and get started with the back. Well, actually, you know, let's start with the price here. So again, the Indiegogo campaign, this thing was $1,099 on Indiegogo. I'm not sure what the real world price is going to be, but there's a lot of decent components here, and I think some really cool features as well. So if they're able to keep the price anywhere close to $1,099, I think you guys will see at the end of this review, that would be a pretty darn good deal. But yeah, let's start back here in the back. This bike has a 500-watt motor. It looks like a Bafang motor here, but there's no branding on it, so I'm not sure. If this was a Bafang motor, the Newton meters of torque would be about 80, but again, not really sure. It does bring this bike up to a top speed of 20 miles per hour. Again, I'm not sure if the settings can be changed to increase the top speed here, but with the pedal assist and the throttle, the top speed is 20 miles per hour. The derailleur here is going to be a Shimano Altus derailleur, which is nice. You know, it's kind of like an upgraded component there, not bad at all. It's an 8-speed. What I like about this is the actual trigger shifters here are pretty nice. Hopefully you guys can see that's kind of like shady right here. But yeah, the trigger shifters here, nice little setup, nice gearing. It makes it pretty comfortable to ride. And again, it's a torque sensor, right? And if you guys have watched any of our reviews, you will know that I'm a huge fan of torque sensors as opposed to cadence sensors, just because of the responsiveness as far as the starting and stopping of motor power compared to when I start and stop pedaling is much, much better with torque sensors. So again, another nice little upgraded component here. Those are typically quite a bit expensive. You don't normally see them on bikes around this price point. Battery on the Saigo SUB is going to be a 48-volt system, and this battery is 10.4 amp hours for a total of 499.2 watt hours. They do have an upgrade option for this as well for a 14 amp hour battery. I think the watt hours there would be 670, somewhere around there for that upgraded battery. Again, not really sure what the pricing is for that, but this battery itself has a couple of cool little features. First of all, it does have a spot right here for a quick indicator to see how much juice is left. Not sure if you can see that in the sunlight, but if I click this, you can get kind of a quick indicator of how much battery is left. On the bottom of the battery is where I charge it, and there's also a USB port, full-size USB Type A port on the bottom here. So if I want to use this battery to charge accessories on the go, or I can remove the battery and then use it as like a portable battery bank, I can do that too with this battery. The only thing about having the battery here in the back and the motor is it does make this bike a little bit back heavy, and this thing is heavy already. This bike in total weighs about 75 pounds, so it's definitely a hefty bike here. And something else I wanted to point out is the lighting on this bike. There's some cool features here. I wasn't able to get them to work. This is kind of a prototype. I don't think this is the final version here. But this little piece actually fixes right beneath the rear rack right here. And I also do love the rear rack, by the way, because it does add some functionality. It makes this thing able to be used kind of as a commuter. I can go explore, throw something on the back like a cooler, go explore an area like this, whatever. Just kind of adds more functionality to the bike. But this little thing right here connects to a piece on the handlebars, and it's got lasers that shoots out of this thing, and it creates like a path on the ground, like a laser path to let cars kind of see you better. It also has blinkers on this thing. It has a brake light. Again, wasn't able to get this working, but I did want to show it to you guys because this should be on the final version. It should be working, you know, fine on the final version. If I wanted to access that stuff, so there's a little separate display unit right here. That's how I use those functionalities of the laser lights, the blinking, you know, the turn signals, the blinking laser lights, all that stuff is done right here. And then this is the actual display unit on the top. Nice, really sleek design, very minimal. If I turn it on, I'm trying to give you guys a quick look real quick. Yeah, if I turn it on, you can see it pretty easily in broad daylight. And yeah, like I said, really just kind of basic, but I like how streamlined it is. Nice design. And then while we're up here at the handlebars, actually, these are, I'm pretty sure they might be real leather, might be faux leather, but it's stitched. They have lockers on these grips. They're ergonomic, they're comfortable, they're pretty nice. The handlebars swept back, kind of raised up, just makes for more of a relaxed ride overall. And then with that seat or the saddle in conjunction here, there are springs in the back of the saddle, and in conjunction with the handlebars, the front suspension here, which are again kind of no-name suspension, and they have about 100 millimeters of travel, preload, adjust, and lockout. But it just makes for a really cushy ride overall, and just goes back to, again, that philosophy of use of being able to use this thing in an area like this. We are about to get some cool ride shots to show you this thing in action. A couple of things I wanted to point out real quick before we ride this bad boy is the brakes. Another kind of upgrade point here. We have hydraulic disc brakes. I think these are Zoom brakes, so kind of an entry level for hydraulic, but still better than mechanical. It does provide much better stopping power. 160 millimeter rotors in the front and the back, and really for a bike that is this heavy, I want to see hydraulic disc brakes. I think that's a really good option here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this bad boy. I think we covered most of the highlights here, and let's take this beauty for a ride. All right, guys, that is pretty much it for the Saigo SUB review. Again, this is a really, really good and durable step-through electric bike. Some of the things I really appreciate about this is the fat tire, so it means this thing can really go off-road, especially with the gussets on the frame, which just increases the durability, the rigidity, and the overall strength of this frame. It does have suspension, it has a cushy saddle, so it's a comfortable ride. It has a rear rack, so it has increased functionality, integrated lighting system, hydraulic disc brakes. I mean, there's really a lot here. Again, the entry level price here was $1,099 on Indiegogo. Still not sure what the final price is going to be once this thing comes to market, but if they're going to be able to match that price or come anywhere close to it, it's going to be a really good deal. So if you guys are looking for a step-through electric bike that can go off-road but still is comfortable to ride, this is definitely going to be a good choice for you. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. If you have any other electric bikes, scooters, skateboards, whatever else you want to see reviewed, leave that in the comments as well. We can start a conversation there. So again, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys next time.